Good evening. Welcome to the Gooner Booth. What a day. Comfortable afternoon as always. Good evening, Wayne. How are you? How's the cold? Getting to the
Yeah,
end of
good
it?
evening, mate. Yeah, still hanging around, you know. Still
Does,
hanging
mate.
around, mate. He won't bugger off at the moment. Clinging to
I
the
mean,
clinging to my chest, but I'm cracking on
yeah.
with it, matey. Yourself?
Touch wood. I've avoided it so far. And
Yeah,
it'd be my luck. I'll get it as soon as everything packs up and it's Christmas. That's when I normally get ill. So,
exactly, mate. It is. That's
yeah,
that's the problem. But yeah, we're cracking on.
yeah,
Yeah, decent. Another day at the office, mate. Another job done.
yeah.
Another set
Before,
piece FC, upsetting everybody. Lovely. But that's what we love to
before,
see,
before
mate. We love the tears.
we'll get into that. Before we continue,
Mm.
over 100 subscribers. We got to our goal well before Christmas, so we really appreciate everyone
Yeah,
that's
thank you,
liked and
guys.
subscribed. Keep tuning in. There's going to be loads of stuff coming from both of us. You got a busy Christmas schedule coming up, and the international break. I'm sure we'll come up with some content. We come up with some fun content last international break where we went back through the archives at the Emirates. But yeah, we'll come up with something. Cool. Let's get into it. Wayne, your initial assessment on today's performance.
Yeah, I thought there's some certain individual. I mean, one thing that was so glaringly obvious from the first to the second half was when Gyökeres come off. To go into that, apparently Arteta after the game has said it was a little muscle niggle. Hopefully, it's nothing too
Yeah,
serious. If it means not risking him against Sparta Prague, I would say go for it. If
yeah,
you have to do
yeah.
Moreno, but it kind of
Or
we
even the
seem to have.
youngster. Throw the youngster in
Yeah,
there.
exactly, 100%. And I think it changed on that, but he had a phenomenal first half. It's great again. People are saying he's not. We haven't brought him in to score special goals. We brought him in to be that player in the
Box in the
middle.
box.
But Fox in the box, and he's done it. He scored a goal again. It was a fantastic ball. It was the assist to the assist for Trossard, where
Yeah,
again it was another header, but it wasn't from the set piece. It was a cross. So at the end of the day, we got weapons all around the pitch, whether that be starters or substitutes as well. Tone, we got players to come back yet. All we got to do, we got to just get ourselves. We got obviously a tough one away to Sunderland. I mean, Champions League is tough, but I'm not too worried about Sparta. We'll get to that when we come to it. I think that's a game that you can kind of write off in a certain sense, to not expel too many players, in my opinion, because I think
yeah.
it's more important we get a full our strongest 11 out at Sunderland next week. Yeah, Burnley wasn't Burnley, but he paid a lot of respect to Arteta and Arsenal prior, Scott Parker, but you can kind of tell it's a championship side that's coming up against some fantastic players that we've got, Tone, and I think obviously you can see that it was a struggle and they kind of enforced it in the second half where we didn't have that guy pinning Moreno. In all due respect, has done the job for us last year, but Gyökeres pins those centre backs. The moment he came off, that let them back into the game. Which obviously, let's fingers crossed as well. And Subamendi as well might have picked up another muscle niggle, so he obviously is suspended for the game against Sparta Prague. So let's keep our fingers crossed. But
Yeah,
good day at the
we
office, Tone. But
yeah,
obviously a few concerns again as per usual with us.
we just need to hold tight, I think, until the international break. Because then also we got Madueke scheduled to come back, Havertz scheduled, and
Yeah,
Odegaard, or both, all
yep,
three of them are scheduled to come back after the
they are,
international
matey.
break. So we just need to hold tight with some of our. I think looking at the performance today, I think Saka had a few good chances, then sort of dropped off a little bit. So I'm hoping that
Yeah.
he's not carrying a knock. I
He wasn't
think
his usual self, was he?
no, it was a bit. Joe, what? It's a bit worrying actually because we are quite short
Mm.
now. I think we've gone from. Oh yeah, we've got strength in depth at the back, right? And this might be another reason why we are playing our way through corners. And I know it ain't going to last forever, but I think it's actually quite smart to have good corner routines. I mean, I'll say one today that we didn't just throw it in the box. There was a little bit of a where I don't know if you see it where Saka, well, was it Saka? I think what side it was. We went really short. Like we
Yeah,
shortened it up, then it was dinked over the top, and I think Timber just couldn't get enough on it to edit towards goal.
yeah,
Now we're not just whipping it in the box. If you're going to do it, now I've got a stat that I was talking to you about off air. There was all the 3 o'clock kickoffs, including ours. There was
mm,
3 set piece goals scored across the 3 o'clock fixtures. Now I
yeah,
bet you any money when the punditry starts going off this weekend, it will be just about our one, not about the Forest goal or sorry, the United goal they scored against Forest or the other fixtures. it'll be just us. And another thing as well that I've noticed, we're getting absolutely caned for setting up corners, long throw-ins. Everyone's doing it now. I was watching the Chelsea Tottenham game. They're doing it. Goes out for a throw-in. They're whipping it. They're throwing it into the box. They're not shoring it up anymore. So it's not just us; it's across the league. They're doing it.
You'll never get any criticism come through into them teams at either tone. And the fact is, as well, matey. As I said the other day, it's a simple thing with football since we've loved since we were youngsters. The aim of this game is to put the ball in the back of the net, and people are going, oh, this is, they're arguing, oh, this is the best, the Premier League was the best in the world, it should be entertaining football. Listen. You're looking at us. You've had teams that are like Chelsea that has bored their way to titles and stuff like that. At the end of the day, right now, Tone, football's constantly changing. And someone was saying it. I don't know if it was on the radio or somewhere I was watching, where they're saying about how it's always used to be 4-4-2, and then it was 4-3-3. Then now it's 4-2-3-1. You've gone are the days where, looking at us, obviously other teams did it as well. Wenger had 5 strikers. 4 to 5 strikers in that team. Now, you look at it, we've got 1 fit striker, we've got a young lad, and we're waiting for 2. Yeah. We've got 2 that are injured. But what I'm saying is obviously you get, now teams are having 2 strikers plus maybe a third youngster or a third option that can cover wings and cover the forward. Football evolved constantly. When it was 4-3-3, you had more midfielders. You have a couple, 2 to 3. It was 3 in the midfield, winger, the flying left winger, right winger, centre forward. It changes all the time. So football is never going to stay the same of flowing football. Like with Arsenal, these people want to see us play fantastic football, but concede 3 goals and score 4. Or we let a late go in. Again, we play some fantastic football in the past, Bones. But listen, for me, you have to find, and what he's doing right now is with that injury list, which he's not moaned about, by the way. Slot has. No. He spent 450 million, and he's moaning about depth.
Yeah,
we've got the players to cover. We haven't got much on the bench still.
Yeah.
The moment we get that bench back and then players back, it's going to be a game over. These guys know
I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the options.
So at the moment, as much as we have got some quality players still, scoring these set-piece goals is our way of coping until we get our full strength back and the football will start flowing. I 100% guarantee you.
Whenever the ball went out for a corner today, you could even the commentators like, "Oh, a corner," and you can tell that there was a little bit of tension from Burnley going, "Oh, fucking hell, let's defend this." But Gabs loves it.
Yeah, did you notice as well? Sorry to talk over you there. Did you notice as well? I'm thinking to myself, a couple of Burnley players were going away sort of like they're injured. I'm thinking to myself, are you kind of delaying it so you don't get battered? Or what? If you're 2-0 down, it should be get your ass off of that grass and go, oh, let's get on. There were players going down. And I was thinking to myself, there's centre half, and I think to myself, mate, listen, I know you're playing us, but get your ass up. But I think it's just an acceptance. Because we can just control. They had a few moments. I mean, I don't know if it was a save or hit the bar at the end. The free kick was pretty decent.
Yeah, they hit the bar.
Yeah, it's the bar to the post Tone. But listen, again, another clean sheet. It's crazy how many goals you conceded this year. I'm all for it. I love a clean sheet. Mate.
So, a fun fact I told you off air, I think let's tell everyone, we've broken history. A record's been broken today. We're the first team in the Premier League history to score 8 goals from corners in our first 10 games.
Yeah.
So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Listen. Look, the fact is, Brent Yoba, if I pronounce it right, was a Brentford set-piece coach.
Yeah.
And this guy's been recruited by Mikel, and like I said, whether people you like, you hate, you're in between with Mikel. He is trying to learn he's trying to as a manager, as a coach, he's a manager now. He used to be our coach, didn't he? They've changed his role was updated. He originally started as a coach. Apparently, his title was coach. But he's managing. Coach, he's managing the team now in his way, which is to find a way to beat all of these teams.
Yeah.
Look at it. Look at the teams we've beat. We lost or drew against them last year. We've beat them this season. we've improved our results. And I think that's what he's doing this year, Tone. And I think obviously sometimes, as I've just said literally a couple of minutes ago, I do believe it will change. They can say what they want, Tone. I believe it will change when we get our full strength back. Would you agree with that?
I would, yeah. I think when there's options to have Havertz back, Odegaard, even Madueke, I think that press won't stop the whole game because he'll probably start off with Saka, Havertz or Gyökeres, but you just know that when they come on, Eze or Odegaard, it's like for like that press that we like plan, you're going to get that for 90 minutes because you've got that quality off the bench ready to come on. Even Martinelli, we missed him today, I think.
We missed. I missed. You know what? To say a lot, and again to kind of, as I said previously, I'm more than happy to eat my words. I just demanded that we got the old version of Martinelli back. And it'd be nice. I would have said. I think it would have been opened the game up a bit more. Our friend on the chat said it would be nice to get more. I did say 2-0, but I agree with you, matey. You know, this is directly to our friend in the chat if he's watching the video. But I think as well, if we had a Martinelli, it would have opened up a bit more. But I think that second half, what kind of stopped at Tone again, I think, is that Gyökeres sub. Because again, he doesn't. He pins the centre arse bones.
Yeah, I said in our chat as well that why not just put Dalman on for Saka? Give him 5-10 minutes to run at that defense because they were sacrificing defensive players for attacking players. Now he would have had some space to run into there, and I think Saka he didn't look right. And I was like, pull him off if he's not 100%.
I don't know if he's pulled it. What I'm currently struggling with. I mean, but he was a bit ill, I think, prior to the game. But Saka does it all the time, and he'd done it prior to doing his hamstring. That he just says, "I want to play. I want to play." Like he's desperate to play all the time. But today again, fully fit, fully in tune. Saka puts that ball in the back of the net today. But I think obviously it's one of them again. He'll play against Sparta Prague. I think I wouldn't put him in there. But I think obviously if you had a Madueke, unfortunately, Tone, and Martinelli's gone down, which is just absolutely standard because he was getting into good form.
Throw Dalman in. I'd throw Dalman in that game. Give him 60 minutes. Then
I don't think he will, but I agree with you. I don't think he will, Bones, but I agree with you. Yeah. As I say, you haven't got much choice. But I just think what it is he's going to be overused in the international break. You know that. I know that. Every Arsenal fan out there knows that with Saka. So you would encourage a rest, but yeah, I mean, other than that, Bones, I said, I think it's just obviously a bog standard. It's one of those not bog standard because it's not bog standard. It's a wrong turn of phrase. It's a standard Arsenal performance. Sorry, in terms of control, get your goals, come at us then, and Burnley have to either come at us and get punished, or they got to try to wait and hit us on the counter. And this is what I'm saying. Personally, for me, Tone, I'm loving it because I'm seeing a team that is compact, composed, and defending. I've never seen in my lifetime for a consistent period of time. We have just got better and better each year defending, and it's been solid. The partnership between Gabriel and Saliba this year, mate, it's gone up a notch. And I don't care what anyone is saying. I don't care what any outside players, media, whoever, rival fan says. As an Arsenal fan, I am loving the defensive side of our game. I'm loving that we are hard to break down. And at the moment, as I say, as I was saying in previous videos, or quite a few videos ago, where I said to you, sometimes getting that balance right, Tone, can be detrimental to the attacking side of the game. But it's sometimes, if you look at how we play, we control, and it's like kind of just get them into submission. We control the game, and you're like I said, like an analogy of a boxer. If you're fighting, you're jabbing them, you're trying to bring them out to lower their defense. And this is kind of what we do in certain situations. Come at us. Are they going to come at us? Are they going to come at us? And I'm all for it, Tone, because it's effective. It's winning games. And as you said, and as I've just said, that bench, when they're all fit, mate, that whole team is going to be another level when they're all fit and back.
Yeah, and I think for once in my lifetime, we're finding a way, no matter what. Whether it's pretty or non-pretty.
Bones. Another tough one next week. That's all that matters, isn't it?
The two goals today weren't. I wouldn't say they were pretty goals or standard Arsenal goals that we've seen in the past. They were attack it, it landed at Gyökeres, bang 1-0. Although
Yeah.
I must admit, Rice's header for the second goal was pretty good. The ball from Trossard, that was good.
He's
You know, it
today.
was
I say sorry, Tone.
gone.
Before we saw that, I say he's got to be my man of the match.
Yeah, I think he
For
got
me,
man of the match
phenomenal.
today, didn't he? Did he
He
get
did.
man?
He should have done. He should have done. He was phenomenal today, Tone. And he's just one of them. You think Tuchel's going to play him? Tuchel to me
Yeah.
though is doing a good job because he is taking him off. He's giving him a rest, and I think I'm happy with
I'm
that. But I
wondering
think
if
you know,
Arteta's sort of saying to him, look, especially if they're friendlies, like if you are going to play
60,
him,
70
don't
minutes.
play
Yeah.
him for long because you've got a busy, especially in that fucking international breaks in November. You're literally leading into the busiest part of the season where you got that massive pile up during Christmas, where you literally got 2 games a week during that period, right? In January, right? It's where it starts getting really busy. Why the fuck have an international break in November?
I know,
So I
mate.
think
I know.
I'm absolutely worried of Rice because I don't think we've got any player in our squad that can replace what he does.
No, I mean, as I say, Tone, like you got Supermendy. I was still up for. I mean, Norgard is that guy you kind of bring on. As I said to you, he's here and there, but he was brought in to be backup, but he's not sort of like at Rice's level. And I think obviously with Moreno, asked him to do that. He doesn't. For me at the moment, he doesn't quite sort of like convince me in the central
Yeah,
midfielder, and he convinces me more so further in the final third,
yeah,
final action. And I'm happy with that and that threat from set pieces. But the depth there after them two is what the worry would be because you wouldn't want to go into a part of the season and have Norgard and Moreno in the centre of mid, and you'd be thinking to yourself, it's a little bit. I think that's something they have to look into in terms of sort of like if you've got a young sort of like midfielder, not young, but 21-year-old
yeah,
who
yeah,
can kind of learn from Rice, learn from Supermendy, and like a Mosquera. I mean, that's not easy because if Saliba is out today, I would have been confident with Mosquera. We need that kind of player in midfield, Tone, that 20, 21 years old and can just step right in, mate, and cover.
yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully, yeah. Um, your boy come on today, Nkape.
Yeah.
He's not bad. Didn't do too bad at left back.
He, as I said to you, mate, he's you're going to see a different dynamic. He looks to me as a totally different kind of player, and what we need, that kind of centre back, hybrid
What?
sort of left back kind of, and he can cover either position.
Yeah,
And yeah, mate, I know, I know you was kind of, which is fair enough. You're obsessed with me. Not so much obsessive. It was,
uh, no,
it was when
what?
you bring that player in that I've seen him, and I'm thinking to myself, Tone, you have to see this player.
He's good.
You, he,
What I noticed today is that he's going to be the backup. Him and Calafiori, I think, are going to be
yeah,
first
agreed.
choice for left back.
Yeah,
Because I sort of noticed that Miles Lewis Skelly come on last 5
yeah,
minutes. He was put into that the left midfield role.
yeah.
Now I'm starting to think
He could be. Sorry, Tony. He could be quite vital as well in terms of he could potentially play
for
there.
Rice. I
Yeah,
think just the backup
yeah,
for
mate.
Rice. I think
Definitely. Maybe
he's
I've not thought about what I've kind of contradicted myself. I've contradicted myself in what I'm saying in terms of having that young midfielder. Um, sorry, glad he's doing that. Street. Sorry, the youngsters are still up.
just like
Yeah, that's right. I still think there should be someone sort of like in the future. Norgard obviously as cover, but he for me should be kind of fighting that left eight kind of role. But again, it's that depth behind. If you do lose a Rice and a Norgard,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
a Supermendy, matey.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Cool.
let's say a good result, my friend, and we move on. We march on, Bones.
7 points clear. 7 points clear. Until
Mm,
Liverpool play later. Obviously, Tottenham
yeah,
are currently losing. So,
yeah,
I mean, we were at half time discussing Man United sitting in second place. So,
yeah.
um, But yeah. Anyway, we'll show out there.
We'll have to leave it there.
Busy.
I'm getting my daughters come all into the stream now because they're having a yogurt, matey. But
No, all
yeah,
good.
good catch up, my friend. We will obviously. When's the game, mate? Wednesday.
I believe so. Yeah, we'll get a preview out.
Yeah, we'll get a preview out for you guys, and yeah, have a good evening, no Tone. What you got planned for the rest of the evening, mate?
I think I'm gonna go watch the fireworks.
Yeah, good lad.
So I think take the kids out, watch the fireworks.
Yeah.
Some food.
Good.
So on that note,
on that note, we'll go.
Please like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.